What's up, gang? I'm on. Who we got here? Maz is in the house. Junior B. Chapman's making me nervous too here. Udo's in the house. What's up, buddy? We got a couple of gangsters on here. I love it. Hayden's here. What's happening, Hayden? Junior B's in the house. Chapman's making me nervous too, man. He's making me nervous too. Doesn't have his control. When he doesn't have his control, that's when you get most unnerved. And him with Tim Anderson on base, he's obviously distracted with him on base too. So, which stinks. AB's in the house. What's happened, man? I would have kept Clay Holmes in too, AB. I would have. He only had like 12 or 13 pitches. I would have brought him in for the ninth. Because now you're not going to have. Oh my God. Doing some wild stuff here, Chapman. Now you're not going to have Holmes or Chapman after this inning. Especially the way Chapman's pitching. Not good. Not good. And Holmes would have been better suited to hit this part of the lineup too. And then Chapman would have been. Chapman would, if they made it to the 11th or the 10th or whatever, then Chapman could have been. Chapman's thrown in the dirt. It's 2-0. Runners on first and second right now with 1 out. Chapman would have been better suited to hit the the middle of the bottom of the lineup. So Michael G's in the house. Never feel safe with Chapman. Chapman reminds me of John Wetland when he was the closer for the Yankees in '96. He used to do this all the time, giving me heart attacks all the time. And let's see, the 2-0 pitch outside, 3-0. Chapman just doesn't have it right now. Yankees tied it in the eighth. No, excuse me, the ninth. Tied in the ninth. Now it's a chance the White Sox could walk off here. Let's see. Jay Garcia's happening. What's happening, my man? Yeah, he is all over the place. All right, 3-1. 3-1. Double play would be beautiful right now. I don't know if it's going to happen though, but Luis Roberts pretty quick. But let's see. First Aaron Judge trade. Maz has got a bunch of Aaron Judge trades. Let's start. Bringing him out, baby. Bring him out. Marlins, Yankees, and Pirates. Let's go. Let's go, bud. Chicken Parms here, baby. Base hit. Walk-off base hit. White Sox win 3-2. Break the Yankees' 5-game winning streak. Luis Robert with a walk-off opposite field hit to score Tim Anderson. So hopefully the Yankees will come back tomorrow and win the 4th game of the series and win the series. But at the worst, they're going to tie the series. So we're checking Parm. Jason Lung's in the house too. All right, the gang's here, man. The gang is here. So that's it. Opposite field. Base hit from Luis Robert off of Aroldis Chapman to score. And Judge threw a bullet from right field to catch it without a bounce, but it was just a little too late. Anderson's too fast, so it was too fast, unfortunately. So, but I would have kept Holmes in too, Jay. I would have kept in Holmes too. So, White Sox win 3-2. I mean, it was not much. I mean, Jordan Montgomery didn't really have it today. Do like 4 1/3, and then Clark Schmidt came in and threw 2 2/3, and got him through the 7th, and then. Clay Holmes came in, was clean in the 8th, and then Chapman blew it in the 9th, unfortunately. So, and that's it. I mean, it was a RBI single for Giancarlo Stanton. They put a run on the board in the 8th, and then RBI sac fly from Higashioka to tie the game, and that was it. I mean, then you had the Yohan Moncada 2-run home run earlier in the game. And then a walk-off base hit by Luis Robert to win the game. So it was a 3-2 win by the White Sox, unfortunately. So it was a winnable game, but the bats, again, did not give Montgomery any run support. That's disappointing. So hopefully they make it. Hopefully they make it up tomorrow. All right, Miami gets, a little bit of a base running blunder. I understand what he's trying to do, but I would have probably stayed thinking that Judge was going to be up that inning, but. I get it. At least he got the hit that put him in a position too. So Torres, Gallo. Miami gets Torres, Gallo, Ken Waldichuk, Alexander Vargas. Pirates get Judge, Gomez, Dominguez. Yankees get Pablo Lopez, Jazz Chisholm, J.J. Bleday, Brian Reynolds, Gonzalez, and oh yeah, sign me up for that, dude. I'm in with that one, Mazza. All that return back to the Yankees, you got that right. You got that right, man. Pittsburgh, man. Would they ever pay Judge? I mean, they got to get to the point where they're going to pay somebody, right? So, but that's a good return, and Dominguez too for Pittsburgh. It's a really good return, also for Miami. Obviously the Yankees get the best return, which I like. All right, let's trade one from Mazza. Keep it coming, man. Keep it coming. Welcome everybody. Make sure you hit that like button when you come in here, so we don't have to worry about it later. I appreciate you, and I always try to get over 100 likes in the live stream. So if you don't mind, smack that button. It's greatly appreciated. Sucks they lost, but you know the old saying, you can't win. Exactly, Jason. And once, I mean, I agree too. Once you saw Chapman didn't have his control, you kind of had a bad feeling pretty instantly. At least I did. So, Gay 311 Music Live. Yeah, he's cost the Yankees quite a few big games. It's cost the Yankees quite a few big games. So it's unfortunately so. Yeah. 161 Mafia. Ian Hawaiian, what's up, my man? Big boys in the house, too. Yeah, man. I wish IKF could have taken that bait from the blunder back, but, he didn't blow the game either. Chapman did, so. And this was a winnable game. They should have kept Holmes in. I don't know why they went to Chapman with a tie game. He's never good when the game is tied. So, Hirsch is here. Chicken Parm. Yanks won't trade Judge. They will sign. We'll see. We'll see, Chicken Parm. You might be right. You might be right. You might be right, man. Pittsburgh doesn't want Judge. I mean, we don't know. Who knows? We really don't know. Marcel's in the house. What's happening, my man? Quillen Athanar's here. Wong Plug's in the house. CWE Bed-Stuy's in the house. What's happening, gang? G. Sweeney. Yanks fan. Luke, what's happening, gang? Yeah, I mean, it was a base running blunder. They wanted to get him to get over the third to put him in a position to score another run. It didn't happen, so that was a good cutoff play by the third baseman to throw it to Tim Anderson. So by the shortstop, I mean, to throw it to Tim Anderson. That was a good cutoff play. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Judge trade 2 is between the Brewers, Reds, and the Yankees. All right, man. Yeah, the Cuban Missile definitely imploded. He didn't have it. Just when he's off, he's really off. When he's on, he's really on. So it's unfortunately so. I don't know that either, James. It's a good question. I don't know why he loses confidence in his fastball, which is still 102 miles an hour, and he throws his off-speed stuff, and sliders and stuff like that, most of them which are not over the plate, unfortunately. So, yeah. So now the Yankees are 4-5-5 in first, and the best thing about this division is the Red Sox are dead last. Yes. 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 You. J. Sweeney, Chapman doesn't have control. Yeah, it's true. This is the last year for Chapman too. So I mean, he might have trade value in a trade. We'll see. I don't know if anybody's going to want him, but you never know. A change of scenery might benefit him a little bit. So somewhere is a little bit less pressure, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't think Holmes is going to get traded. I wouldn't trade him. There's no way. No. I don't think Isaiah kind of left blew the game because they tied it. Chapman blew the game. So, and unfortunately, but it was a base running error by kind of Fleffa. So I get what he was trying to do, but it didn't work out. So unfortunately, which stinks. But yeah, Monty needs run support, man. Good baseball team lose 58 to 60 games, and that's a flow of a long season. We'll lose 7 to 10 at some point. Yeah, we will. Tim King and Jordan. The Yankees have won 17 out of the last 20, so it's really hard to be angry with this team right now. They will go on a losing stretch too. They will. The team is at least very well enough to, blunt long losing streaks and stuff like that. So, and I think they're good enough and focused enough to kind of get back on track relatively quickly. So, is Boone going to stop bringing in Chapman and Crucial? I'm with you, Hulk TV, 100%. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have brought him in the tie. There's no way I would have done it. So, yeah, well, yeah, I would agree with Big Boy, too. They deserve to lose that game with what they did in the last 2 innings. I would have stayed with Clay Holmes, man. Well, he was just trying to move over, it looks like. Trying to move over to third to put him in a position to win, but unfortunately it became a double play. And DJ, what did he strike out? So just didn't work out, but they scored. They tied. They scored the tying run, so that's what matters there. Will Judge be another John Tavares? Huh. It's possible, John Mack. Anything's possible. Anything's possible, man. We need an all-star closer. Yeah, Josh Hader would be nice, wouldn't he? Yeah, it does suck to lose, but yeah, they did fight back at time. They did everything they could today. Just didn't have it, unfortunately. The bats were called again. Hopefully, they get this thing figured out and start scoring more often for Jordan Montgomery. So always pretty much keeps him in the game. So hopefully they fix that. I really hope so. Milwaukee gets Judge, Chapman, Vargas. Cincinnati gets Torres, Gallo, Hicks, and Garcia. This is Mike Mazza trades. He's putting out 5 Judge trades. The Yankees get Josh Hader, Christian Yelich, Terang, Castillo, and Delco. Wow. Yankees give up Hicks, Torres, Gallo, Judge, Chapman, Hader, Yelich, Terang, Castillo. Woof. That's another intriguing trade, Mazza. That's really intriguing. I like the balance that you're putting out. Based on what the Yankees are giving up to the teams and what the Yankees are getting back. I like it. Keep it coming, baby. Keep it coming. That's 2 of 5 trades from Michael Mazza right now. Aaron Judge led trades. I agree. Should have left Holmes in. Definitely 100%. Lewis Murphy. I think somebody would pick up Chapman. Even the Yankees would have to eat a little bit of money, but I think he would be, he'd be stronger in certain areas. I'd move him to the National League, or maybe a West Coast, like the Padres or something like that. He might be a better fit there, be less pressure and stuff like that. So, who do you think Cashman would give up to get Castillo from the Reds? Probably Oswald Peraza. Couple of prospects, maybe a major league player like an Esteban Florial or something like that. It's going to cost. It might cost like a number 3 or a top 5 prospect to get Castillo at the very least, and depending on what else they give him. That's a wild guess, though. It's a wild guess. Yeah, Holmes. I would have brought Holmes out, Jay, for the 9th. Nestor is on the mound tomorrow. Yep. So hopefully they'll be scoring. He gets the second least amount of run support of all the pitchers, Nestor Cortez, which is nuts. So they need to start scoring more for Nestor and for Montgomery. There's no doubt about that. So, and Tampa did lose. Yep. So they have 4.5 up on Tampa Bay right now. So, but it is what it is. I mean, we dissect all the losses, so I totally get it. I mean, it was a winnable game, but they lost it. So, we'll move on to tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day. So, at 24-9 right now. They're not, 9-24. And which is a good thing. So, isn't always been his control. Yeah, Chapman's got control issues. He's always had control issues. It's true. He's very inconsistent with it. So true. Yankees do trade Aroldis Chapman at the trade deadline. Do you think Holmes and King share? And Loizaga once he gets kind of gets back on track too. Yep. Yeah. Once I saw like Chapman's control not good, I kind of I thought he was going to lose it too, David. I agree with that too, Fritz. They need to manufacture more runs, even these low-scoring, close games. They had lots of opportunities. They didn't capitalize on them, so it was a winnable game. So, yeah, Chris David Evans, bet. T-shirt, Robert, the Don Mattingly in the font of The Godfather. Mattingly was the hitman. there's a picture of him with this pinstripe suit and the bat, and it was like mobbish. So I got a mobbish, the Don Mattingly shirt made, baby. Robert, you like that, man? I just saw Manea. Where did they go? Where did they go? Manea struck out 12, one better than 8 score. Look at that, man. Yeah. It's a good trade the Padres made to get him. They got a lot of pitching depth, man. Yeah, at this point, I mean, I would try to get some kind of mid-level prospect for Chapman and just get some payroll relief. I don't think and they're not going to get a top 5 prospect for Chapman. So I'm with you there, Hirsch. I agree. Dominguez 4 strikeouts, and he's like 4 strikeouts one game and 2 home runs the next game, and he's way all over the place. But he's a guy, again, I would move for Brian Reynolds. Probably the only guy I would move him for. No. I think King should be closing, even though he doesn't have 100% of the arsenal. I mean, he's kind of working that way, Harold. That's for sure. At the very least, the top long relief guy. If he's throwing like 6th, 7th, and 8th, I'd be throwing him 2 or 3 innings on somewhat of a regular basis to keep him in that groove, because he's got nasty stuff. Michael King, he really does, man. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I won't be surprised if Chapman gets traded. I really wouldn't. With the Reds take on big contracts right now, seems like I think they're gonna take controllable players and prospects, Billy. I can't see the Reds taking anybody except for some controllable players from the Yankees for a Luis Castillo or something like that. So it looks like they're kind of in mostly rebuilding mode, and Oakland A's too. I see both of those teams unloading some more major league talent by the deadline or before it. So. And let's get them likes up. Hit that like button if you don't mind. We got 74 in here. Only got 36 likes. I want to get them likes up. I thank you. I thank you in advance. Sid Hicks, Chapman, other players got you. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, Gallows, his bat's starting to come around a little bit. Hicks walks a lot, which is one reason why they're keeping him in. His on-base percentage is crazy high. Who owns Hendricks? Yeah, I mean, Hendricks is hittable, man. He's hittable. All right, 44. Almost at 50 likes. Thank you, guys. They're not going to trade Chapman. He really hasn't had enough consistent. Well, I mean, he's thrown like 13 games this offseason, and I think he's thrown 13 innings or something. Not a big sample size, but I think his ERA after today is going to be 1 point something, I think. So it's still good, but he's had 2 consecutive rough games. So, but his career body of work is good, man. He's got a career 2.3 ERA. So he's been elite for a long time. But, one of the worst timings for elite closers, too. Next trade, Aaron Judge trade number 3 between the Marlins, Yankees, and the Giants. Let's go. Let's go, Maz. A Judge for Bryce Harper. Chicken parm, man, wouldn't that be fantastic, bro? Well, I agree with that, Jeff. I mean, the problem is they offered him 7 years already, and not including this year with arbitration year. So, and he said no to it. It was $30+ million per year. So, I have a feeling he's going to get 8 or 9 from somebody, maybe even 10 from somebody. But I'm thinking more likely 9 years. But again, if I'm going to give him 8 years, it'll be a vesting option based on the amount at bats and amount of games that he's played. He's got to prove that he's staying healthy before he gets that option vested. That's the only way I give him an option for 8th year. I don't do no player option, a team vesting option. And even that, I'm leery about. So, trade Judge from Mike Tyson. Ron, man. I love it. I love it. Yeah, that's right. Chicago's coming to town to the Bronx this weekend, and in between that, the Yankees do have the Baltimore Orioles in Camden. So hopefully they'll play better this series against the Orioles there. Castillo threw a clunker today, did he? Okay. I'd still be looking at the Frankie Montas too. I would still be looking at that. So. Quadruple D's, Yankees will not win with Chapman as closer. I don't disagree with that at all. At all. The Yankees failed to get into the World Series with the season with John Mack. I mean, personally, I don't think so because of the moves that they've made. But with that said, if they don't get to the playoffs, I think the season will be a failure. I think they have enough to get into at least the ALCS right now, or close to it, at least winning a round. And then depending on what they do at the deadline, to me, will determine whether they're good enough to go into the ALCS or something like that. And obviously, health is the key too. These guys got to stay healthy. So, and that's the key. If the Yankees can't stay healthy, they're not going to win enough games, at least in my opinion. You know what I mean? So, Yankees, yeah, the Yankees are having a hard. David, and you make a good point. They're having a hard time hitting these pitches right down the middle, super straight pitches, and a lot of them are having this trouble from a lot of different pitchers. So, it is confusing. It's quite puzzling. To be honest with you. If the Yankees, I don't know. Yeah, I just got to move on, Wild Wolf Ray. Exactly. Move on from this loss and keep it going. Lorenzo's in the house, baby. Oh, we got a trade from Lorenzo. Andujar, Chapman, Judge, and Torres to St. Louis. Ooh, this is a monster. For Jordan Hicks, Miles Mikolas, Harrison Bader, and prospects. Ooh. Oh, man. That's an interesting trade, Lorenzo. I did hear St. Louis is interested in maybe trading for Xander Bogaerts at the deadline. I also heard today that the Brewers are interested in trading for Andrew Benintendi from the Royals by the deadline too. So it might be a relatively active, interesting, crawl to the deadline. These things might happen before that. But this is an intriguing trade, Lorenzo. That's some pretty good value in return. And getting a Harrison Bader, a controllable outfielder for a couple of years, to me, is any Judge trade that happens, you got to bring in some kind of outfielder in return, which is why I say, a guy like a Trent Grisham from the Padres, not a superstar like Judge, but he's a 25-year-old controllable player for a couple of years. And we need somebody like that, I think, in return for Judge. So I like that. That's an interesting Yankees cards trade, man. I like it, Lorenzo. Yeah, I mean, Kenneth, I would look into moving Chapman too. I would. Do I think he'll be traded? Probably not, but I think he should. Yes. So, Mazza. All right. So the Miami Marlins get Torres, Gallo, and Hayden Wesneski. The Giants get Judge and Vargas, and the Yankees get Duvall, Luciano, Matos, Bishop, Lopez, Bleday. You have to sign the Yankees up for that one too. You have to. At least I do. At least I would. So, I like that trade to Mazza. I like it. Chapman, Green, and Lasagna. I think Lasagna is going through a rough stretch. I think he'll be okay. Green, I think, is a little bit older, but I think he'll be all right. But I just would not put him in more high leverage situations. Chapman's the one, even though he throws super hard. I think a change of scenery might be good for him. And that's my opinion. Loizaga is going to be better than Chapman. Yeah, he is. He's out of sorts right now. He's out of sorts, so he's got to work some things out, man. He's got to work some things out, unfortunately. So, but Joseph, man, appreciate you, brother. You're the man. Hopefully, Lasagna. Yeah, I think Lasagna will rebound. He's young enough. He's gutsy enough. He's skilled enough to rebound. I think he will. Don't be surprised if the Yankees trade for. I would not be surprised at all. They trade for a reliever and a starter, which I think it would be probably a good idea to do. If they're in first place still by the deadline, I would be looking to add if I were the Yankees. Because again, like I mentioned this the other day, Nestor Cortes has never thrown more than 100 innings in a season. At some point, they're going to have to cool out or stretch his starts out or put him back to 3 to 4 inning guys. Luis Severino's coming out of like a 3-year-long injury. He's never thrown, more than 100 innings or 80 innings since 2018. So expecting these guys to throw 170 is very, very dangerous, which is why adding a starter would be a really good idea. I know they added Danny Salazar from the Guardians yesterday in the minor league deal. There's no guarantee he's going to make it up to the top. There's no guarantee. So I would be going after a starter. And if you can get a reliever too, get a reliever as well. solidify that area, man, that pitching. 100%. I would not ignore the pitching, man. It's important to keep that innings kind of limit Nestor Cortes in mind to keep him healthy. He's here until 2026, so I would keep. And again, as a general rule of thumb in the minor leagues, that a lot of people either don't know about or I mentioned this before, but they generally don't like. Most teams are averse to adding any more than 30 or 40 innings per year for a pitcher. So, this case, you'd be looking at adding like 70 or 80, which would be really, really dangerous. So I kind of follow that trend, the 30, 40 innings moving upward as well. So, but who knows what they're going to do? Who knows what they're going to do? I just hope they take care of, they keep Severino healthy and they keep Cortes healthy. I don't want Cortes to become an injury risk, man. That's one of my fears. So when it comes to the Yankees, you'll see who is tough. And so, you're damn right, Udall. 100%, man. Volpe looks inconsistent right now too, Sal. When he hit was it a grand slam yesterday, the day before? He's inconsistent right now, so he's still adapting to AA, and I think he'll be okay. Salazar's an underrated signing, possibly. Yeah, could be a long relief. Definitely underrated signing. He hasn't pitched since like 2019, but he was a good pitcher with the Guardians. So if they can get him to be close to what he was, even for a couple innings, be a great long relief guy. Great long relief guy. So, another trade from Mazza here. Pressure's getting to Lasagna Udall. Yeah, I could see that too. Clark Schmidt. Yeah, Clark Schmidt was good, man. 2 2/3 today. So I'm glad they brought him back up. I could see the Yankees trading for David Robertson again. It's possible. I think he's at the Cubs now, I think, right? All right, Mazza's trade. Oakland gets Torres, Gallo, Austin Wells, who's hitting really well. He's due for a promotion soon. Vargas and Garcia. The Angels get Judge, Trey Sweeney, and Hayden Wesneski. The Yankees get Montez, Tyler Soderstrom, Mike Trout. Oh, my God. You have to do that one, too. You have to do that one, too. So there's your starter. There's your reliever. There's your outfield to replace Judge. And there's a top catching prospect, too. Tyler Soderstrom is their top. And they even added that Shea Langoliers from the Atlanta Braves when they traded Matt Olson. So they have several top level catching prospects behind Sean Murphy that they can either move up or move in a trade. So they're well set up in the catching position, the A's. That's an awesome trade, Massa. Billy Branch seems the longer Judge is playing well, the less likely the Yankees will trade him. It's not like the Red Sox willing to trade Bogarts as they're really struggling. Yeah, I mean, if they keep struggling, I could see them trading Bogarts. I think it's less likely they'll trade Devers, but Bogarts is, due for a big money contract this offseason. So I could see them moving Bogarts, but we'll see. Depends on what they get back for him, too. Could the Rangers be a dark horse for Judge? It could be. It's your boy. I just don't know if the Rangers have enough for the Yankees or the right pieces for the Yankees to get Judge. I keep saying, I could be wrong, though. But the Padres and the Dodgers are the two best fits. And then right behind them are the Mariners and the Giants. They've got the motivation. They've got the money available to extend him. And they got the prospects to give in a trade. So, to me, my top two fits are the Dodgers and the Padres for a Judge trade. But you might be right, it's your boy. You might be right. The Rangers might be able to pull something together and give him, give them what they want. So, never know. Talbot's in the house. What's up, buddy? Yankees aren't trading Judge. Marcus. I mean, that seems to be the prevailing sentiment. I'm of the opinion that it would be a wise idea to field some trade offers. See what you can get in return. What will Medina's be? Bullpen, I'm guessing, Michael Shin. Luis Medina? Pitcher. Are you talking about Luis Medina, the pitcher, right? If so, the bullpen. That'd be my guess. And getting Herman back will really help. I hope so if he's healthy, but we'll see. His versatility, he could be another long relief guy because that could help. Remember Juan Gonzalez? Yeah, he said he didn't want the Yankees. Yep, he didn't want anything to do with New York. There's a lot of players who don't want anything to do with New York and who came here couldn't handle it. Jeff Weaver, Javi Vasquez, a lot of these guys, Jack McDowell, they just couldn't handle it. So, there's a lot of players who will just steer clear from New York. So, what do you think, Clay Holmes or King should be? Personally, I go Clay Holmes because of King's ability to throw multiple innings. right now at the very least. But I would be fine with either one, to be honest with you. Billy Branch. Rangers need to put butts in the seats. And the fact that the moves they made haven't really made the Rangers better so far. Getting Judge could cause it. Oh yeah, I mean, well that's a good point too, Billy. Add Judge to Simeon and Seager and all these other guys that those moves that they've made. I mean, you definitely would cause a stir. That's for darn sure. Just don't know what the Yankees can get from them. That's my number one curiosity. What can the Yankees get for them? Hendricks got away. Yes, he did. Base running error. Yeah, KF Rizzo's ground out. Yep. Some key strikeouts. Chapman blowing it. This was a winnable game, so they deserve to lose this one, unfortunately. So they all should take some ownership in this one. So Keuchel, he's pitched well against the Yankees for years now. He owned the Yankees when he was with Houston, but he still pitches well against them. So Chapman just needs to be used more often. No, I would use him more often in lower leverage situations until he can prove he can handle the big spots again. But yeah, I mean, he's big, strong, durable pitcher, that's for sure. Rizzo, yeah, Rizzo is one guy that has to get back on track too. So, I in Hawaiian, Luis Funky Comedina, yeah. There's some Tone Loc up in here, man. Ronnie Cabrera's in the house. Ronnie Cabrera, what's happening, man? Yeah. I mean, Chapman he makes mistakes. He didn't have it today. Just like Johnny Lasagna. I said, he hasn't had it recently too. It just happens. So he does make me nervous as closer though, which is why I wouldn't hesitate to put him in lower leverage, like the 8th inning or something like that. Chapman, I still have faith in his ability, but he has to trust his fastball. In my opinion, Ronnie, he's got to trust his fastball. It's his best pitch. All right, Maz has got another one. The Dodgers get Judge, Hicks, Chapman, Vargas, Wisniewski. The White Sox get Gleyber, Gallo. They need a second baseman, the White Sox. Gallo, Gomez, Garcia. Yankees get Bellinger, Lux, Bristol, Gratterall, Diego Cartaya, Dylan Cease, and Thompson. Oh, my God, yeah. You have to do that trade, too, if you're the Yankees. Dang. Oof. By the way, I recorded a video today with a guy named Sportsman Z, Bob Zolke. He does a lot of baseball. He's a White Sox guy, but he does a lot of baseball stuff, even on the Yankees. Football stuff, too. That recording's coming out Monday morning, so I think you'll find it enjoyable. It was a good baseball conversation. And so make sure you keep an eye out for that one. If anybody's not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss it. Obviously, hit the bell icon, too. And if anybody hasn't hit them like buttons, can you hit that like button, please? It's greatly appreciated. All right, Yankees continue plus 75 winning percentage. I don't see the Yankees trading Judge just because they aren't going to win. I think personally, it's your boy. I mean, you might be right. The likeliness of them winning, they're in first place, likeliness of them trading Judge is less, but they could trade Judge and get some of the prospects they get from him and flip it, add to a package and go after Juan Soto, something like that, or flip it and try to go get Brian Reynolds, something like that. They can still make a splash and be fine by trading Judge. It depends on what the move after a Judge trade would be. That's the key. And do they bring in do they address pitching and stuff like that? So, that's my opinion, though. But Rizzo needs to pick things up, too. Hendricks got away. Yes, he most certainly did, man. Maz has got the ballsy trades and the baller trades, man. Aaron Judge specials between the Dodgers, Nationals, and the Yankees. Let's go. Would I still trade Judge for Grisham from the Padres? He hasn't been the same since 2020. Exactly. It would have to be Grisham and somebody else. Grisham and a pitcher. Grisham and a pitching prospect. He's a controllable outfielder. I want somebody who can fill the position. So, yes, he's not as good as Judge, but Grisham's 25. I think in a new environment, he'd be okay. And again, it has to be Grisham and a pitcher or a pitching prospect for Judge, it's your boy. That's what I would do. So, and again, I would still, Reynolds is not off to a great start either, but he's quality. He'll be fine, and I would surround him with a better lineup, and I think he'd be hell of a lot better. Hell of a lot better. And I don't think you need to give up Volpe to get Brian Reynolds. So that's the only person I'm giving up Volpe for is Juan Soto. So way too spoiled by. Oh yeah, 20 years of the greatest of all time, Marcus Gilbert. It's you. There's never going to be another Mariano Rivera in our lifetime. All right, I think we got the the judge special here from Mike Mazza. Gleyber Torres. Dodgers get Torres, Chapman, Gallo, Waldichuk, Vargas. Nationals get Judge, Lucas Licky, Dominguez, and Peraza. Yankees get Gratterall, Bellinger, Lux, Soto, Cavelli, Rutledge. And, oh my God, yo! If you can get Lux, Bellinger, and Soto in the same trade, there's no way in the world I don't do that trade, Mazza. But the other teams do it, I don't know. But I would do it if I were the Yankee team. If I could extract that return, yeah, I would be doing it. Yeah. Mazza put out the baller trades tonight, man. That's why Mazza puts it. He's not afraid to propose bold ass trades. That's why we love him here, man. That's why he's the Council Yeti. Boom to the Mets for Shouutout. Chicken parm. Yeah. I can see some people wanting to do that. Kopech is hit a ball. Is he pitching tomorrow? Michael Kopech? Could keep up this. I mean, they could still win 100 games, the Yankees. But we'll see. It depends on how well they rebound from these losses, and don't spiral out, downward. So, the White Sox. But I mean, keep in mind, Rose, too. The White Sox, they have some injuries right now, but they are an elite team when they're healthy. So, I'm not surprised they lost at least one game to the White Sox. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully, the Yankees will win the series tomorrow and go 25-9. So, we'll see. We'll see. So, but at the worst, they're going to split the series. So, but I'm shooting for 3 out of 4, no doubt about it. All right. Oh, Tyler Talbot's got a 3-teamer here. Padres, White Sox, Yankees. Let's go, TT. Yeah, Keuchel's been a massive headache to the Yankees for years, Christopher. Just one of those guys that they have a hard time hitting. So, and he still has pretty good stuff. So, thanks, man. Look, it's a good one, dude. Mazza has more polls than Elizabeth. Yes, he does, man. Mazza not messing around, man. Yeah, 100 games will be a really nice season, man. Really nice season. 4-game sweeps rarely happen, excuse me, especially against top-notch teams. And that lineup is still top-notch. Mazza had to put a troll on timeout. Uh-oh. I appreciate it, Mazza. You do what you got to do, bro. I appreciate it, man. They're being not cool. I'm totally fine with timeouts, man. What we got here? Facing junk ball pitches will F you up. Yes, it will. That's true, too. They are facing some harder throwers, and then you get Keuchel with the stuff all over the place. He's kind of Nestor Cortez-ish. So, Monty getting screwed again. Yeah, I mean, he needs run support, man. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about it, man. I want to see what TT's trade is here. Long, this missing thing had to take our puppy. No, we're just talking about the game. Went over a couple of Mike Mazza trade proposals. To take a scroll upward, you'll see some pretty ballsy trades. So it's all good, man. You never have enough pitching. You got that right, Mazza. You got that right. And speaking of pitching, yeah, Nestor's on the mound tomorrow. Christopher was. That's right, man. Keuchel is washed. I don't think he's washed up. Not the same pitcher he was in his prime doesn't mean he's washed up. He's still pretty decent. He can still, he's still in the White Sox rotation. So washed up would be like way, a shell of his past, and he's still pretty good. Not elite, but pretty good. No. Yeah, he did look good, man. Love how nasty Nestor has been so effective. Yeah, Nestor's been great. So, as I always see, keep Trek out of here. Where's Talbot's trades, man? Did I miss it? I don't think so. Talento's in the house. What's good, man? What's happening, man? Yeah, let's go Mets and Yankees, man. Christopher Woods. Keys had to get Anderson out. Yeah, I mean, Anderson is a Yankee killer too, man. He's like the offensive Yankee killer, and Keuchel's one of the pitching Yankee killers. Anderson's good, man. He's really good. He's the highest batting average over the last 3 or 4 seasons in Major League Baseball. So, dude can hit. He had at least 3 hits tonight too. All right, here we go. Talbot. Padres get Judge, Chapman, Vargas, Garcia, Florial, Andrew, Vaughn. Keep it coming, Talbot. Yankees trade for an ace and Germans comes back. It would be nice if German stays healthy and pitches well, DM. It would be nice, man. 686 here. I wouldn't say he's washed up, man. It's too early to say that stuff. He at least needs a game like this to play well. I mean, you could say he's washed up, but I don't think he's gonna have a 686 in a month or two from now. I think he'll be back down on the 4s. In my opinion, I could be wrong again though. So, Matt, backstage is here. What's happening, buddy? Anderson, yeah, and Tim Anderson's it's a beast, man. Tim Anderson's a free agent. I didn't realize he was a free agent. Trey Turner, free agent too, yeah. Hey, backstage, let me know when you're available so we can record. Probably gonna say stay unless somebody plays Mega. Fico 528 ERA last year, 27 more hits than innings pitched. Every grounded, shortstop's hit by Anderson's a good chance to be a hit. That's true too. White Sox get Gallo, Torres, McKenzie, Gore, Wells, and Peraza. Okay, it's a good return for the White Sox. What do the Yankees get, Talbot? But I always get bad vibes. Anderson scares me still. He's a Yankee killer. He really is a Yankee killer. So I think the Dodgers extend Trey Turner too. Now that they've got all $35 million freed up from Trevor Bauer, make it a heck of a lot easier to extend Trey Turner. Heck of a lot. I don't think they would have traded for him if they didn't plan on extending him. Donaldson and Anderson had major. Yeah, I saw that. I don't really find too much into it because they kind of collided towards each other and whatnot. So yeah, but it's fine. Donaldson definitely got heckled for a bit from the fans, no doubt about that. So Ohtani hit his 100th home run of his career. Nice, good for Ohtani, man. It's your boy spreading the good stuff, the information, man. Kind of screwed the inning up without his mistake. Judge come up in ninth. It is what it is now. There's no guarantee Judge was going to do anything either. So, but what's Chapman's one that blew the game. But yeah, it was a bad base running move by kind of flop. But I get why he did it, but it just didn't work. Oh well, Joseph Talmadge, I appreciate you hitting the like button, man. I'm going to try to get over 100 if we can. But I appreciate that, man. We keep this information coming to Joseph, and the videos, the live streams, the works. So, Griminator's here. Holmes to me is a better option for closer than Chapman right now. He really is. He really, really is, man. It's frustrating watching Chapman with the stuff that he has. It just kind of mentally doesn't have it, unfortunately. So, just doesn't have it, man. Yankees get Michael Kopech, Blake Snell, Trent Grisham, Yohan Moncada, Aaron Bummer. Oh, my God. Kopech, Snell, Grisham, Moncada. That's a nice return from the Yankees. Talbot. TT put out the fire, man. I like that, dude. Can we get rid of Aaron Hicks at the trade deadline? They could. Click until 19. They could. I'm not sure they will, but they could. Backstage, I'm recording this evening with somebody. I'm also recording with somebody tomorrow morning from 8 to 9. Any chance you have, any chance you're available at 9 tomorrow morning backstage? If there's any chance, if possible, then let's book it. Robert, have a great night too, man. Thanks for coming on, spending some time with us. Zelsky, man, I appreciate you. Zekali, excuse me. It's always good to have you on, man. Yeah, Chapman's a free agent, so one way or another, I don't think he'll be back either way. So, yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying, Marcus. I see what you're saying, man. All right, sounds good. Backstage, you send it to me on IG, and we'll get it going tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. So, and then if we're doing Zoom or whatnot, just send me a link, and we'll set it all up. We'll set it up. But yeah, I'm in. I'm in. If I'm up for it, would you want to do a live with Tyler and myself? Yeah, let's do that too, Mazza. Let's make sure we're in good service area. Because that's the key. It's got to make sure that we're on, all three of us are on good Wi-Fi to maximize the quality of the video and no interruptions. Because then it'll be much easier to upload and stuff like that. So, but I'm in, Mazza. I'm in. And 9 a.m. tomorrow we're backstage too. Chapman was throwing his fastball. Yeah, well that's true too, Chris. He just didn't have control. And he was throwing some off-speed like sliders in the dirt and his fastballs in the dirt. You pretty much know quickly when he doesn't have his control, and it's unfortunate. But when he's wild, he's wild. And when he's really good, he's really good. We just need him to be really good more. So, kid clientele. I think this is a footwork issue too with IKF. He kind of rebounded defensively tonight, but I think it's a little bit of a footwork issue. Some of the things that he's doing. So he's got to work on the D a little bit, no doubt. So, and Mazza Chapman definitely needs to have confidence in the fastball. 100,000%. TT man said that's a baller trade. I like the returns on your trades and the returns on Mazza's trades tonight. So well done. And Lorenzo put in a good trade too. Love it. Chapman seems to have control of his fastball when he's throwing. Yeah, he does. That's true. When he's throwing like 99, 100, 102, his control isn't there as much as it is when he's throwing 96, 97. And it's like on a bad day, he's throwing 96, 97, which is crazy. So, yeah, it's a good point, Christopher Woods. It's a good point, man. Only hit 62 more after that 500. Yeah. That's right, Udall. Tim McCarver said it best. 96. If you're going to get beat, you want to get beat with your best pitch, not your third. Exactly, Mazza. Perfectly said, too. Perfectly said. Kane and O'Neill were saying that Chysak's infield is a mess. I mean, to a degree. I mean, Tim Anderson has the most errors in the major leagues, but he also has like some ridiculous plays too. So like he's kind of on both sides. But defensively they're a little challenged, and they still have some guys that are out. I think Eloy Jimenez is out. I think he's still out, and but like 3 of their starters are out, or 2 of their starters are out. Giolito's out on the IL, and so is Lance Lynn. So they're missing guys kind of all over the place. So Andrew Benintendi is a target of mine in free agency, kid clientele this offseason. I think you should target him. Excuse me, cats. Chapman's 34 like a George Clooney. Yeah, that's what his Cuban birth certificate says. So we'll see here first. So, yeah. Yeah, I would agree, man. Throwing 96 or 97 can get folks out just effectively. Yeah, if the 96 or 97 has movement, most definitely. And that's the other thing. The problem with a lot of Chapman's fastballs, a lot of them are just straight. So he needs to get a little bit more movement. 3-team trade: Dodgers, Marlins, Yankees. Let's go, Talbot. Come on, bring it to us. Say right after that, and later it's tied up the game when he hit the 3-run homer. Oh, yeah, Mark Wall was that. He hit it off if I remember correctly, it was like an off-speed pitch, hanging pitch, and he hit that over the left field wall. That was fantastic. And that was a game 4 of the 1999 World Series where Leyritz was with the team again, and he hit a home run in that game. Hanging slider, yep. He hit a home run in that game 4 of 99. And they put the Yankees up. I was at game 3 the day before when Chad Curtis hit the walk-off home run as well. I was at that game too. It's freaking awesome. Can you see Buttermaker running the Morris Buttermaker? You talk about the Billy Bob Thornton version? He's long. That movie, man. When he was throwing batting practice to the kids and he was pissed drunk. My God. Oh. Joseph, have a wonderful night, man. Let's go Yankees. Thanks for coming on. I'll wrap it up once I get Talbot's 3-team trades going here. And I'll let you all. I have to record again in a little bit too. So got a late night recording session and a couple of morning recording sessions too. So for some videos. So got stuff coming. More stuff coming. Yankees should try and trade for Josh Hader. Scotty, man, I would. I'm not sure if Milwaukee wants to subtract. I think they want to add. But at the very, I would be asking. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. So, no doubt about it. Dodgers get Judge, Chapman, Vargas, Florial, Beckway, Garcia. Okay. We got to think of a name, don't we, backstage? Let me think. Give me a minute. Let me think about that. Or if anybody here has names for us, I'm going to be doing a podcast with Backstage Baseball tomorrow. I'm recording one. So if anybody has some cool names, let me know. Or let us know. Chapman and Green give up homers, at least show emotions, not a blank look. Well, that's true too, Udall. That's a good point too. Hayes was swinging well, significant. Strawberry then got a single. Duncan booted by Belliard, missed out on Leyritz. Yes, sir. Woods. Yes, sir. Meza, you're the man always. Thank you for your contributions. Always, brother. I appreciate you, man. We'll keep going. Yeah, you let me know. Talk to Talbot. We'll put together a time and a day that works for all three of us, and we just have to make sure that we're in good Wi-Fi. So, and that's that we're kind of locked in on the screen, each of us, and we have the time to kind of look into the screen. It's more helpful when we do it that way. So I want to make sure that people can hear you guys, see you guys, and listen to the trades that you put out, because that's important. That's important. You guys spend the time to put these trades together. I want people to be able to hear them. So give Holmes or Loizaga. I think Loizaga needs to kind of, work on a few things, but he'll be fine. The Walter Matthau version. Maybe Matthau. Yeah, Morris Buttermaker with Billy Bob Thornton would have been. Yankees would have been. Oh my God. Oh my God. Garo, Gaka, Brecka, Daka. Just remember. Hooper, roll your machine out to the field, and the kid was in a wheelchair. Oh my God. Oh man. I liked Walter Matthau. Billy Bob Thornton was completely insane. Walter Matthau will be a fun manager for this team. Kind of Billy Martin-ish, right? Marlins get Gallo, Gleyber Torres, Chad Green, Tony Gonsolin, Andy Pegues. Okay. And what do the Yankees get, Talbot? That's a good return for the Marlins. I like Gonsolin. He was one of the guys I was hoping for the Yankees. Holmes is too valuable. I mean, I would be moving up Holmes to like 7, 8, 9. The way he shows he can handle higher leverage situations right now better than Chapman. So I'd be putting him up. Does he go to the bathroom? Figure to another funny line. He does he go to the bathroom? Oh, the lines. I love it, man. I love it, Robert Johnson. Classic movie, classic lines. It's fantastic. Underrated baseball movie. Nothing better than finding a knowledgeable Yankee fan to watch while living so far away. But doesn't Gals remind you? Swing reminds you of Tex. Adam, number one, welcome and thank you for that. It does remind me of Tex. The only difference is Tex hit the ball a hell of a lot more regularly than Gallo. He's a better contact hitter. Tex also switch hit too, but they're both elite defenders at their respective position. But you're right; it does remind me of Tex. He's got that uppercut swing. I think Teixeira's was a little bit more fluid. But with that said, there's a lot of similarities between the two swings. A lot of similarities between those two swings. So that's a good point, Adam. No Grady, not Gritty. If I'm not pronouncing right, my apologies. But welcome, and I appreciate the kind words and the feedback, man. It does remind me of Tex. You're right. It's a good observation. Yeah, here. I second that, Billy Branch. Yankees get Gavin Lux, Dustin May, Bristol Gratterall, Sandy Alcantara, Matt. Yeah, give me that all day, Talbot. Give me that all day and night. Yes, I want that return. No doubt. Love that Betty White line from Lake Placid. I appreciate that, Iron Hawaiian. Yeah, I mean, look, I try to find, even when the Yankees lose, I try to find the silver lining in areas, right? And there's no need to dwell on the loss as much as, or just more, you know what I mean? And the Yankees are in first; they're 24-9. There's a lot to be happy for. Days like this are going to happen too. So I don't see the point in crapping on the Yankees and whatnot. And there were mistakes, sure. It happens, unfortunately. Even the best teams make them. The Dodgers make them. The Mets, they make the mistakes. It happens. So I'm confident in their ability to come back tomorrow and, try to come out there with a hard effort and try to win this game and put them away early. So, but yeah, that's good. It's my pleasure, Ian Hawaiian. I appreciate you being on here, man. It cut me off for too many words, but their swings are almost identical. Texas, 400 plus home runs. Like Tex was, he was an elite first baseman, and but they both have their pluses. And I'll tell you this, I love watching Gallo hit home runs, especially the big high ones, tomahawk shots. I love it. But Tex was a perfect guy that the Yankees has signed that offseason in 2008. Perfect guy. And he's a great teammate, classy guy. It's just he's a polished player, polished person. So I really like Teixeira. Laughed about the Pharaohs after Hershey. Yeah, I gotta run too, Udall, man. I appreciate you coming on always and for your contributions always, Udall. Part of the mob, man. You always be part of the mob, bro. Have a great night. Kinda's made some mistakes. He's making some. He's also making some good moves, and so he had a key hit in that ninth inning today. So, or in the eighth, was it eighth inning? No, it was the ninth inning, I think it was. And he's adjusting too. I mean, when DD came here, he had to make adjustments. Other guys too. Teixeira had to make adjustments. Tino Martinez. All these guys had some growing pains coming here. So, I'm not worried about kind of for left one really. So. Favorite baseball movies, in my opinion, Major League. For the Love of the Game, The Natural, and only Major League One, the original one. I didn't care for the other ones. Man. Gotcha backstage. Have a great night. I'm going to wrap it up too. I'm encouraged by the losses this season, Billy. Not just they've been a few and far between, but they have been shelled. Well, that, yes, Billy. And they rebound. They learn something they're learning things from these losses, and they're coming back and making adjustments the next game. So that is encouraging too. Gardner, Lorenzo. Gardner got a $6 million offer before when the season started from the Toronto Blue Jays. He turned it down. And he got an offer from the Atlanta Braves a couple weeks ago when Eddie Rosario went down, had to get eye surgery. They offered him a contract, and he turned him down too. So sounds like it's either Yankees or bust for Brett Gardner. Major League 2, yeah, I couldn't stand it. And I couldn't stand Major League 3. It's even worse. The original Major League, Moneyball, I like. Field of Dreams is a great movie. The Natural. And just for funny purposes, The Bad News Bears with Billy Bob Thornton. That movie is, excuse me, hilarious. Oh. Jake and Lou, my very good friends. Jake Taylor, Lou Brown. Yeah, man. ELT in Japan. Yeah, they were in it until the end. Yeah, it's just unfortunately didn't happen, It is what it is, man. Tomorrow is another day, and we'll see what happens. 61 was a good movie too. I like that movie as well, Turn. It's good. That's a good point. Trouble with the Curve was good. I mean, there's a lot of good movies. Moneyball was creative. It's a smart movie too. So, hey bartender, Joe Boo needs a Oh, it's right when you got hit in the back of the neck, right after he is very bad. To steal from Joe Boo is very bad, and he looks at him with that look. Serrano. Oh God. Bench warmers, another one. Yeah. Come on, strikeouts are boring. Crashed. Yeah. Now I'm gonna have to watch. Now I'm gonna have to watch Major League. So anyway, have a great night, everybody. Thanks for coming on, and we'll see you. I'll be doing. Obviously, I'll be doing the lineups tomorrow. I'll be doing the recap too. Maybe I'll do a short live recap tomorrow after the game as well. So, but have a great night. What was the Costner film by a vet during a no-hitter? For the Love of the Game. For Love of the Game, ELT in Japan. That's a great movie too. Fantastic. But have a great night. Peace and love, guys. Over now.